All right, there we are. We're live.
We are live. Good afternoon, everyone. It is good to be back.
Good to be back. How's everyone doing out there today? We finally have a beautiful sunny day, warm day here in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Summer has been a very, very slow in arriving, but it finally is here. Yes.
Yay.
Yeah, we're pretty happy about that. So welcome, everybody.
Just in time for the holiday weekend.
Just in time for the holiday weekend.
Kind of holiday weekend.
That's right.
Work on Monday, break on Tuesday, back to work on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, Wednesday. I like it.
So welcome, everybody. My name is John Gardner. This is my law partner and wife, Radlyn Mendoza.
Hey, guys.
And we are the immigration law firm Gardner and Mendoza. As I said, our office is on the East Coast of the United States. We're in Virginia Beach, Virginia, but we represent clients all over the United States, and we represent clients all over the world. Immigration is like that.
Yes. Thankfully, we have clients all over the world. Otherwise, right. We wouldn't be an immigration law firm.
That is correct. That is correct. I also want to say hello to all of our followers over here on TikTok. We do a simulcast here, so we're on Facebook, and we're also on TikTok at the same time. So,
yes.
Hello, all the TikTok folks. TikTokers, I do want to give you one little warning. These TikTok questions, they line up in the order that they come in, but if you post your question over and over and over again, then it knocks all of them off of the queue, and then we can't see any of them. So please just put your question in one time, and we will just go in the order that we receive them, okay?
Yeah, and that is what this is all about.
That's right.
Answering your immigration questions. We are here from 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, pretty much every Friday. We've been off for a couple of weeks because we've been spending some time with our daughter who is in college. Well, she's on summer break in college, but out of town. And we met up with her, and we're happy to be back. But yes, that's a great idea of not posting your question a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want pole position, you can come to our Facebook live stream at Gardner Mendoza Law. Just find it and search for it, and post your questions in the at Gardner Mendoza Law
go
live
there
stream
right now, and you will be number one.
Number one, because we don't have any questions on the live stream right now. But come on over, post your questions, or if you're more comfortable, you can just stay on TikTok and we'll answer them there. So
yeah, that's the one thing we like to do more than anything else is answer your questions. We know you have immigration questions, and we have answers for you. However, the answers that we give here are not legal advice. Not legal advice. What we do here is for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. It is not legal advice.
Sorry, I chuckle every time John says entertainment purposes only because he just started adding that, and it just makes me laugh. Because we are an immigration law firm.
Yeah.
Not an entertainment company, but I think that we're pretty entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a couple.
As a couple. Yes, we are pretty entertaining.
We are an entertaining couple.
And individually we're entertaining as well.
Yes,
sometimes.
Yep.
But yeah, we have not been here for a couple of weeks. We did have a really great experience, one of life's great experiences if you get to experience it, which is moving one of your children into their first apartment.
Oh, yes.
So much fun. So exciting. Totally awesome.
Yes, but I woke up this morning missing our oldest daughter.
That's true.
I did. I'm sure she's not on our live stream. Who knows if she's even awake yet? Oh, she's awake.
I know some people that are on our live stream. I know that my mom is watching. Hi, Mama. And I know that my nephew, Daniel James is watching. So.
And we have my uncle's, no, not my uncle, my cousin's daughter saying hello. How's it going? Great to see you. Thanks for saying hi.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
So we are going to get rocking and rolling with the questions.
We're just going to go straight to the questions. We don't have any big immigration updates. As you know, there's things going on from time to time that we bring you in updates. But really, we try to bring you immigration updates when they're big things that are going to have a major impact on a lot of people. And that just has not been the case for a while. So we don't have those. And we are going to skip our immigration inspiration story today and just get right to the questions. All right. We'll start here on TikTok if that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, let's go.
They were the first one. Can the J1 change to another type of visa to stay in the U.S. without abiding to the 2-year rule? Philippines.
So if you are on a J1 and you are not subject to the 2-year residency rule, you may be able to change your status. Yes.
All right, there you have it.
I think that's what the question was.
Mhm.
Newland on our live stream here on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube has a question. Go ahead and shoot the question. And while you're doing that, we will answer another question over here.
Sounds good. Okay. Is there a possibility that the visa bulletin is moving forward before the end of this year?
Sure. There's a possibility. That's tough to say, with regard to forward movement. I mean, it has retrogressed in certain categories quite a bit in this month. So hopefully it will. But is it possible? Yes, it is possible. I have a question here. Let's see here. Grab this.
Want me to read that?
Yeah, sure. Because
right.
I'm having trouble seeing just because you guys can't tell, but we have studio lights on us right now.
Mhm. Let me see this.
That's why we look so good.
Oh, that's cool. Whoever is joining us here, Yan has a photo here that's pretty cool. That looks like they took a trip on Route 66. That's
fun.
Yep. End of the trail. Hi, attorney. I'm from the Philippines. My minor son is 5 years old and an American citizen, and I'm planning to send him to school in the U.S. As a mother, I have a tourist visa. My question is, can I go with my son in the U.S. since he's a minor and he needs me and he needs assistance? Thank you so much, Attorney Radlyn and Attorney John.
Really great question. I think the heart of this question is, while my son is in the United States, now son is not on a student visa. The son is a U.S. citizen. He's just going to be able to go to school here. Can you lawfully stay with him for the duration of the time? I'm assuming that's the question. I mean, someone on a tourist visa can enter the United States typically for 6 months at a time, and that can be extended. But in this case, it's going to be tough to be extending that tourist visa while your son goes to school, assuming he goes to school for longer than 6 months. I mean, one extension, yes, but I'm not sure how long they will allow you to extend that tourist visa. So under these circumstances, I would think that you would need a separate type of status for you to stay in the United States that's completely different than, well, I'm here on a tourist visa and I want to be here continuously to take care of my 5-year-old son. I mean, because you don't have to send your son to school in the United States, even though he is a U.S. citizen. I hope that helps. I'm going to say, if the heart of your question is, can I remain on this tourist visa with my reasoning to just be here with my son? And we're talking about
from
longer
age
than
5 until he graduates from high school.
Right. I'm going to say probably not. But there may be some other opportunities out there for you. You're from the Philippines. Maybe you could open up a business and get an E2 visa. But there are other possibilities. I just don't know whether they work for you. Immigration case law is extremely specific to the individual's background. If we're talking about an E2 visa, your resume, your experiences, and all sorts of things. So good luck. And if you need, consultation with regard to analyzing your possibilities and what options you have, we're happy to talk to you about that.
Yep. All right, cool. And May says, good morning. And Jazzy J had a question that May has already answered.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. What was the question?
About asylum seekers
okay, great.
seeking benefits. Jazzy said that the person in question said that an immigration lawyer would charge her for helping her. And that's probably true. I don't know who she spoke to, but most immigration lawyers do charge legal fees for their services. I know that we do.
And you should. I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no. I mean, obviously, anybody in private practice, any immigration lawyer out there who's in private practice is going to charge legal fees. The tone of the question made me think that maybe she was trying to find another alternative. And I think that there are some pro bono services out there. I know that sometimes Catholic churches get engaged.
Catholic charities.
Catholic charities get involved in this. And there are some others. But if you're just seeking legal help from an immigration lawyer that you've Googled, or yes, then absolutely they're going to charge a legal fee.
We are going to charge a legal fee. That is correct. But as John mentioned, there are services out there that may be able to assist you pro bono wise. I mean, if you are in our area, William & Mary has a clinic. There are many universities and law schools who have immigration clinics. So if you're looking for pro bono assistance, then that would be a route for you to search.
Okay. Oh, you've got more questions there. If you want to go back.
No, we just answered one, didn't we?
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Didn't we just answer one from?
Oh, we were addressing the one from Jazzy and May. Oh, you want to get a question?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, Jazzy said, yeah, she has no money and that's why she's seeking some help. May said, I love these two people. Thank you, May. Appreciate that.
She is talking about us, right? Or other two people.
Maybe she's talking about the other people.
Some other two people, yeah. But no, let's just assume. Thank you. Appreciate that. We love your support. We love people who come on and ask questions because it's super important. Because your question could be helping other people too. So.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to get back to the beginning of the line because despite the warning, there were.
That's all right.
Several questions that pushed back.
We like to answer the questions in order, right? It's only fair. That's kind of the way, which brings me to a good segue into how immigration filings work, right? They also answer your petition or your application in the order that it was received, right? So typically speaking, now that's not always the case. Some of you might be finding, well, I mean, I filed my green card application 2 years ago and someone who filed it 6 months ago, it's already approved. That's not always the case. Sometimes they have strategies to reduce backlogs, but generally speaking, it is first in, first out. So John and I are always talking about if you need to file your petition, then you should do it as soon as possible. All right.
The question I was trying to get back to was, can I petition my fiance if I'm still a green card holder?
Green card holders cannot pursue the fiance visa, the K-1, for their fiance. So only U.S. citizens are able to petition for their fiancés. In this scenario, and again, guys, I don't know what the setup is or when you're almost about to become a U.S. citizen, but oftentimes in this scenario, we recommend that the couple get married and you file an I-130 as the lawful permanent resident. Now, guys on my TikTok, guys on Facebook, we put a lot of information out there. One of the things that I really, really want to emphasize is that as a lawful permanent resident, you can petition for your spouse. You do not have to wait until you are a U.S. citizen. Now, that is just, I don't know, please share that information. If you see one of my videos and it says that, please share it because so many people don't know this information. They become a lawful permanent resident. They have their partner back home, their boyfriend or their girlfriend, and they believe that they have to wait to become a U.S. citizen before they can, file that petition. But that is not true. You can get married to your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your partner, and as a lawful permanent resident, you can file that I-130 petition. I highly recommend that you do that if that's what your end plan is. And yeah, and another thing that I want to mention is that a lot of times people will come to the United States, they're a lawful permanent resident, right? And they don't necessarily have a job right away, right? They're working on a job and they think to themselves, hey, I'm going to get a job first before I file this petition because I have to have a job in order to file an I-130 petition. And that's just not true either. You do not have to have a job to file the I-130 petition. Down the road, you are going to have to file an affidavit of support. But as a lawful permanent resident, I-130 petitions are taking 2-3 years right now. So hopefully, after 6 months of being in the United States, you have a job, and there are plenty of job opportunities here. So those are the two things that I want to mention. And we really kind of hammer that home all the time, because when I see couples sort of not moving forward with their lives and their future families because of this misinformation, it upsets my heart, and I I don't like that. So my goal is to just help you guys know that, hey guys, if you're a permanent resident, go get your family.
Right. So recap.
Right, because I talk too much.
No, the answer, to get back to the question, the green card holder cannot petition the fiance, but would be able to petition his or her spouse. So if they were married, that would change everything.
Yes.
And as Radlyn said, one of the things that we see a lot of is, people delaying because they say things like, well, we weren't going to get married right now because we want to have, all of our family together, and we want to do it in Greece because that was our plan. And it's, so we can't do it until a year from now. And what are some options if
some options.
What are some options if that's what they're thinking? They're thinking, well, we can't do it right now because we need to have the grandparents there and everyone else.
The option is to go get married, and then have a party later, or a religious ceremony if that's what you desire. But go ahead and get married. We have a lot of clients who do that. When they meet with our attorney, sometimes they think, okay, I think that the best option here is to get married and go take that trip and go get married. So it's just to defer the celebration and defer the church ceremony. It'll still be fine if you do that.
Absolutely.
It'll be okay. And your spouse is going to be in the United States with you sooner rather than later. So,
because remember, the sooner you start it, the sooner you get it.
Right. Just like these questions. All right. Let me grab a question here. Can you help me with this?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm blinded by oh no, I can see it. Okay. Thon says, hi, I would like to ask, my cousin had a K3 visa way back in 2013. She was married with her husband in the Philippines. Then when she went to America, she escaped from her husband. She stayed there for 5 years. Now she is in the Philippines since she escaped. Her green card was kept by her American husband and was not able to get it from him. Is there any chance to have a visa in the U.S. again since her green card was kept by her husband? So that is a scenario that sounds like an abusive marriage and an abusive relationship. It really depends on how long she's been in the Philippines, the proof that whether she can prove all of this, and really those two factors. Because if she's been in the Philippines, for a shorter-ish period of time, maybe she can come back in on that same green card if it's still not expired. So if it's still valid and has not expired yet. It sounds like she may have gotten a 10-year card. And so, these are the things to consider, and whether she would be eligible to apply for and get a returning resident visa. So certainly a possibility. Thons, thank you for asking this question for your cousin. If your cousin wants to get back to the United States, we would have to do an analysis of the facts and whether that's possible based on what documentation she can provide about the abuse and, really where her green card stands at this point. But great question.
Unfortunate situation.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. PJ wants to know, can I get married if I am on a tourist visa?
So, yes.
Yes. The very short answer is yes, you can get married, but, and I'll let Radlyn fill in all the buts here.
Well, there's not a but, yes. But the question is, should you, right? And what is the timing of this marriage, and what are the circumstances, and what when somebody asks this question, we are assuming a lot of things. We're assuming that this person entered the United States and plans to get married and maybe wants to get a green card based on that marriage and that relationship. So those are the main things that we assume when we hear this set of facts. So it really just depends. I mean, it depends on what were the circumstances when you came to the United States to visit in the first place. Was there any type of misrepresentation that was made at the port of entry? I mean, this is a question where you have a great opportunity, perhaps, but you also have a great liability, depending on when you get married, how you get married.
Did you come in as a tourist to see New York City because you've always wanted to visit New York, and while touring New York, you met somebody and you guys started hanging out and you fell in love and you decided, you know what, let's get married? Or did you come into New York as a tourist and then just immediately leave New York and head down to Miami to be with your boyfriend or girlfriend? Because the real reason that you came here as a tourist in the first place was just to get down to Miami to get married.
Right.
Those are two totally different scenarios. One is fine. One is danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah. One is maybe fine and one is maybe dangerous. Absolutely. So in that scenario, I don't know where you are. We would be happy to consult with you on that. We are, as John mentioned earlier, we're located on the East Coast of the United States, but we represent people all over the country and all over the world. We're an immigration law firm, so we have clients from all over the place, and we would be happy to consult with you on that. And our consultation fee is $295 if we're a good fit. If you're a good fit with our law firm and you decide to retain our services, then we credit that to your first legal fee payment. So, whether you use it or not, some people say, hey, I really don't want to pay $295 for a consultation. I want to try to get it for free. I think I can get this information on the internet. But it really is wise to consult with an immigration attorney, whether it's our law firm, hopefully it is, or someone else that you might feel comfortable with. I mean, your future immigration lawyer is going to be your lawyer for at least 2 years, the way that processing times are right now. And it's just a wise move. Again, we are here to provide information. We have a lot of wonderful clients. And the purpose of our live stream, the purpose of our TikTok videos is really to provide the information out there, because the people that are self-filing, you guys need this information because there are pitfalls all over the place with immigration. And it's really a community service type thing to make us, to inform you all and to make us feel great about what we do as immigration attorneys and an immigration law firm. So, watch the TikTok videos. You can watch the TikTok videos all you want, and all the lawyers on TikTok or all the social media that you can consume about this scenario. But there is no replacement for a professional in assisting you in this process. And I don't care if it's us or if it's someone else, go find a professional to help you. I don't care if you spend thousands upon thousands of dollars, it will be the best money that you spent. So
yeah, totally concur in that.
Yeah. I mean, this is not just for us. It's for whomever you want to retain. Go find someone that you love and that that's going to help you, and get it done properly.
Yep. It can be us. It can be someone else. You should definitely have an immigration attorney helping you with your case.
All right. Soapbox off of it. Off the soapbox.
We'll be back on
for this question. All right. Let's see here. We have Newland Farms. We will be completing the I-140 form and wonder if our filing will move forward if our business taxes did not owe this year. We ended 2022 at zero. However, income for the businesses reflected revenue of $98K and $60K. So Newland Farms, getting quite into the weeds here. And this question goes to when a business files an I-140 petition for alien worker for a prospective employee who they've already gone through, presumably the perm process, and now that perm has been certified by the Department of Labor, the next step is to file the I-140 petition. And in that I-140 petition, USCIS is asking two things. Number one, does the prospective employee have the experience that was required in the ads and in the perm application? That's number one, and we need proof of that. And number two is whether the employer has the ability to pay the prevailing wage, whatever that wage was. Let's say it was $30,000. Do they have the ability to pay the prevailing wage? And we show that with financial documents such as the company's tax return. So this question, my answer is maybe, right?
Depends on, yeah.
Depends on a lot of things. There's a lot of things in the corporate tax return. And so just because you're at zero doesn't mean that it's going to get denied because you're at zero. The interesting thing about the I-140 petition is USCIS, of course, wants to see that the employer can pay the taxes, right? I'm sorry, can pay the income, but as a business, you want the bottom line to be zero because you don't want to pay taxes. So we got to see whether there's any money anywhere else that we can kind of highlight and bring out. So it's a pretty technical question.
Yeah, tax returns can be kind of wonky and deceiving sometimes.
I wouldn't say, okay, we're not gonna get this through because we're zeroed out at the end of 2022. So.
But thank you for the question, and it's also a reminder for those of you that are watching, listening, that in addition, most of the questions we primarily get here are family immigration questions, excuse me. But we do business immigration as well. That's an entirely different part of our practice, and we do both equally well. We've been doing it for 23 years.
Yeah. It's hard to believe.
Yep, 23 years now we've been practicing immigration law, and most of it, the questions here are family. But if you have business immigration questions, absolutely bring them. And if you're looking for help with business immigration, we can totally help you out with that.
Yep. So thanks for asking that question, Newland Farms. And reach out to us if you'd like for us to file that I-140 petition for you and take it off of your hands.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay, let's see. Eva wanted to know if the border is really open. I'm going to just move on from that. I have not personally been down there. I don't know what's going on at the southern border right now. Other than what you've read in the news, Eva, the same things that we have.
Yep.
Jonah wants to know, can I apply for citizenship? I've been married for 4 years to a U.S. citizen. USCIS extended green card for 2 years.
So this question is, I got my 2-year green card from my spouse, and I have filed the petition to remove the conditions on my 2-year green card, which is still pending. It's taken so long that they've extended my green card for another 2 years, 48 months. Is that 48 months? Yeah. No, that's 4 years. Sorry. We are actually getting extensions for 48 months. USCIS announced a few months ago that I-751 applicants will be receiving notices that their 751 notices will be updated to reflect an extension of their LPR cards for 48 months. But anyhow, you still have the 24-month one. Can I apply for citizenship even though I've got this pending I-751? And my answer is, if you are eligible time-wise, and that's the big thing here, and eligible otherwise to apply for U.S. citizenship, because again, I don't know, like, did you commit a crime last year where you shouldn't apply for U.S. citizenship? If you're eligible time-wise, and this is kind of the heart of the question, yes, you can file for U.S. citizenship even though your I-751 petition is still pending. And we've got videos on that as well everywhere. So answer is yes, assuming you are eligible for U.S. citizenship, right, time-wise and otherwise. All right.
And that can tie into this real fast. The question was, what exactly does it mean that your case is taking longer time than expected and that you don't need to take any action at this time? It looks like somebody's getting some notice that something's taking longer than expected. But you don't need to do anything right now. Just wait.
Yeah, it means exactly that, basically.
Yeah, things are just slow. All right.
Things are slow. We have to all have an abundance of patience with the processing times right now. Sometimes they can speed up and we get all excited and we get a bunch of cases approved. Other times they really slow down. We still have a massive backlog with interviews at U.S. embassies abroad, and we're all kind of working through that and just getting through that. But it really means exactly what it says. Cases taking longer than expected. And there is one remedy for those of you who are at your wit's end, and some of our clients pursue this, and that is to file a lawsuit to get the government to act on your application. If anyone wants to do that, please reach out and is serious about hiring us to do that and file a lawsuit, not just curious, right? We don't want you to spend $295 just because you're curious. But I mean, because we don't want to waste anyone's time or money. But if you're serious and you're kind of at your wit's end and it's like, look, I've been waiting for this for 5 years. We're outside of processing times. I've made inquiries. Nothing is happening. Nothing is moving. We can assist you with a fairly extreme measure, and that's to file a lawsuit. So reach out to us. Our information is on my TikTok, but you can give us a call. Our office is open right now. It's 757-464-9224. And we'd be happy to talk to you about that if you're serious.
Yeah, absolutely. And immigration law is federal law. So as Radlyn said, if that's the route you want to go, then we can file in the federal court. Federal courts have jurisdiction to hear that. And we can't make guarantees about what happens there, but I will tell you that we've had a lot of success with our federal lawsuits involving cases that are stalled, and we have to basically file a lawsuit to get them moving, get them approved.
Yeah. So Thons, regarding her cousin, says that their daughter is now 15 years old. It's a shame, everything that happened, and no support. Yeah, I mean, your cousin needs an attorney to help her in getting some assistance for their daughter, as well as seeing whether or not she can come back here. All right. So last question. How long is the EB3 process outside of the United States? Thank you for your response. Much appreciated. God bless you always. God bless you too. And we appreciate you as well. Thank you. So the EB3 process is taking a couple of years. And we're talking about 2 to 3 years, depending on how motivated everyone is and how responsive your prospective employer is and doing everything and working with us to get everything filed. But it is a few years right now. And that is mostly processing, because looking at the visa bulletin, there's a little bit of retrogression, but it's not terrible, depending on the country. I think Yan said she was from the Philippines, right?
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Newland Farms going to be contacting us.
Great. Look forward to talking to you. Next question up here on TikTok. Do I have to include my husband's tax returns on my N400? We filed separately. Thank you.
So it depends whether you're filing early or whether you're filing at the 5-year mark. I mean, generally speaking, taxes are not required when you're filing your N400. You don't have to submit your N400. I'm sorry, you don't have to submit your taxes when you're filing your N400. When we're doing an early filing based on marriage to U.S. citizen for 3 years, 3 years, 3 years, than we often do when they're jointly filed. So it really just depends on how you're filing that. And because they're not filed jointly anyway, I don't know if I would even put them in. But again, it depends on a case by case basis with regard to whether you should put both of them in, all of them in. Well, that is all, right? Both and all are the same thing. All of them in, none of them in, one of them in. Yeah. All right. I have one. Is it me next?
Yep.
All right. Can you read this for me?
Yeah, absolutely.
The light. I don't know. I just I like it when John reads because he looks cute in his reading glasses.
I'm glad you think so.
We should reintroduce ourselves.
Absolutely.
I'm Radlyn Mendoza. This is my husband and law partner, John Gardner, and we are the owners of Gardner Mendoza Immigration Law Firm here in Virginia Beach, Virginia, East Coast of the United States. We represent people and clients, their families, employers all over the United States of America and the globe because we are an immigration law firm. But I wanted to mention that we are married because of some of the comments that we make. We're also sitting really close together, right? So some of you who did not get the introduction might think it's awfully close, but we're married. We have three daughters.
That's right.
We've had our law firm almost as long as we've been married.
Yes, we were
law
married.
firm first, then marriage first, then law firm.
Yes.
Then kids. All right.
Then Facebook Live.
Then Facebook Live. Facebook Live 3 years and running. This is our 3.5 year mark almost.
Absolutely.
We started in COVID.
February
19th, 2020.
Yeah,
By the way, that's my birthday, guys. February 19th, if you want to
just to get all the information
put that in your calendar. I love getting birthday wishes. Okay.
In the early days, we were primarily giving all the updates because our governor would issue new orders like every 4 days. There'd be something new.
Right. There would be something new.
You could have only 6 people at a birthday party as long as they were 10 feet apart and all this stuff. So we were trying to keep everybody updated on all of that. Okay. You want to put this question up?
It covers. So.
Okay. Hi, attorney. I was married to a U.S. citizen and we have a child together. I came to the U.S. with a K-3 visa and stayed then for years, but my husband gave me a hard time when I applied for a green card, and I also for our daughter to become a U.S. citizen. What should I do for my child to get her a U.S. passport and become a U.S. citizen?
So it depends. I mean, it depends on what documentation you have. It depends on what documentation you can get. It's sounding like, the child, you have the child together. So it sounds like maybe your child was born abroad and you came in on the K-3. And the question I have is whether you guys have the green card yet.
That was my question too. You said the husband gave you a hard time when applying for the green card and also when you were trying to get citizenship.
Yeah. So
but were you successful in?
Right.
The green card.
I mean, we would have to really take a look at the case, take a look at dates, take a look at what evidence we can get. If you are a green card holder, we may be able to use a private investigator to get documents or get them ourselves to show that your daughter derived citizenship from her father, who is a U.S. citizen. So the answer is it depends, and really can't answer that question without getting much deeper into the case and helping you with the case. And we would love to.
Absolutely.
I love cases like this.
Yeah. Call us and schedule a consultation, and we guarantee that you'll get some proper guidance from us. I say that because Mitzi here on TikTok just posted that recently went with someone else for a free consultation that had zero information and no help. So yeah, you get what you pay for.
Yes, that's right. That's that old saying that you get what you pay for. Hopefully,
Mitzi, call us, and I promise you that you'll get information and help.
Yes. And, sometimes if a person was scheduled with one of our attorneys and we sit down and within the first few minutes, we realize, hey, this is not something we actually handle. This doesn't happen very often because we have a screening process. We will refund you that consultation fee. I mean, we're not going to meet with you for 5-10 minutes and realize this is something that needs to be referred out, and then still charge you the $295 consultation
and
fee.
if it's something that we don't do and you call, we won't schedule a consultation just to do it.
Right.
I mean, we screen and make sure that it's a case that we can assist with.
Right.
Which I wanted to tell Awa here had a question about asylum, and that's one of the case areas that we do
are currently not taking at the moment.
Yes.
But we do have a great referral.
Yeah, so we do have an attorney we can refer you to, but we don't handle them ourselves.
Right.
At this time.
Okay. Is it my turn?
Yes. Want me to read that?
Sinrek.
Yeah.
I got it.
All right.
I can see, guys, okay? It's just the lights are super bright. We'll have to figure that out. All right. Is there any chance if the minor daughter can still get a U.S. passport? For background, the daughter lived in the United States for 4 years and went back in the Philippines and never came back, and stayed in the Philippines for almost 9 years, and her age is already 15. They entered the United States with a K-3 visa. I feel like this is kind of like a variation on some of the questions that I've already answered about the K-3. I mean, yeah, there's a possibility if you can prove that and if you can show that. Yes. He's asking, is there a possibility? The answer is yes, there is a possibility. All right. But it's interesting that these questions are very similar.
Yeah.
Different people, similar questions.
All right. Some more questions here. I have this conversation. Jazzy J is a good Samaritan, is helping this person who needs help and can't afford anything and is looking for help. And he even called the Medicare hotline for her. Good for you, Jazzy.
Yeah, thank you, guys. So what a great community.
It's nice to know there are good people out there in the world that are just willing to help a stranger. All right. A question here. Oops, I missed. Yes, I'm sorry. Irreplaceable Tammy. I like that.
That's awesome.
Irreplaceable Tammy wants to know, do I have to get an affidavit of support if my husband is filing for his stepkids? So I'm assuming she must be the U.S. citizen.
Okay, wait. What is the question?
Do I have to get an affidavit of support if my husband is filing for his stepkids?
That's an interestingly worded question.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I agree. Like who's in what role here?
So if your husband is filing for his stepchildren, his stepkids. All right, let me just say this. The petitioner has to submit an affidavit of support. So if the husband is the petitioner, then husband is going to have to submit an affidavit of support on behalf of his stepchildren. Okay. And Irreplaceable Tammy is asking if she has to get an affidavit of support, right? Possibly if your husband's income is not sufficient, then he may need your income as a household member. So you would file as a household member. I'm not really sure the status here, but bottom line and general rule, because we're not giving legal advice today on our live stream or ever, but the bottom line is the petitioner must submit an affidavit of support during that stage of the case. Hopefully that helps. Okay. Gay wants to know, is an approved 212 waiver a guarantee that a person can come back in the United States after a consular visit for his green card? And all I can say to that is hopefully yes, but there is never a guarantee about anything with regard to immigration. So there are high probabilities and likely chances, but there is never a guarantee, unfortunately, because things happen. You could be doing your consular interview and reveal to the civil surgeon doctor that you've done drugs, and that could bar you from entering the United States. So again, I know you're specifically asking about the 212 waiver, but even that isn't, and everything can be looked at. So sorry. I know you want a guarantee, but I would trust what your attorney is telling you and go with your attorney if you trust your attorney, and hopefully that you do. But absolutely get the guidance from your attorney.
All right. Yamatak here wants to know, this doesn't really have a question involved. This is just a comment, but I think we can read into it for a question, that she was requested to give initial evidence for an I-485.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Ah,
I think she's probably just asking, like, what does that mean?
if you are requested to give evidence for your I-485, then absolutely please submit a response to that request for evidence. If you don't submit a response, then your case can be denied and they can say that it was abandoned, and it would be no bueno. So definitely do it.
Okay. So you hopefully heard that. Yamatak, make sure that you answer the request. Okay. All right. Kayla wants to know, how long does it take to receive EAD after receiving approval notice, employment authorization document after receiving approval notice?
A couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks to get the actual card in. Card is going to come in the mail. Congratulations, by the way. Yeah. All right. Let's see here.
Got questions over there?
Got one question from Ivan. Hi, my wife and I are living with my parents. We just got married. Congratulations. Do we need to file my mom as joint sponsor? Mom does not have to be joint sponsor if you don't need her help as a joint sponsor. So just because you're living with other people,
that's what I was reading into.
Yeah, just because you're living with other people doesn't mean they have to be a joint sponsor. All right. Okay. Any other questions there? I have a question from YouTube from MLM Secrets. Which country are you belonging from? Which country are we in? Maybe we are in
the United States.
The United States. And we are assisting people with immigrating to the United States as a U.S. immigration law firm. Sometimes people ask us that question. They say, hey, I'm moving permanently to Spain or the Philippines or, wherever they're permanently moving to. That is not a U.S. immigration question. It's not something that we can help with.
Right.
We would have to, you would have to find an attorney that helps with immigration law in the country that you are moving to.
Yes. And we do also have a lot of clients from the Philippines who have questions about things that involve property or family law in the Philippines. And we can't do that because we are just a U.S. immigration law firm, but we can help you. We can put you in touch with attorneys in the Philippines who are practicing Filipino law, and they can help you with that. So if you have those questions, we may be able to help, at least refer you to the right people.
Yep.
Okay. You ready for another question?
Yeah,
here?
I'm ready for another question.
Yeah, this is another tax N400 question. We were late filing our taxes for 1 year. Will that affect my N400?
So long as you filed it.
Yeah, I would think no.
Yeah. I mean, the question is, have you ever failed to file a tax return? I mean, so long as you filed it, you should be fine. And another question that comes up with that is, what's I just lost my train of thought. Okay, another question that comes up with that is, you're making payments, right? You're making payments with the IRS.
Yeah, and I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's not clear from this question whether they even owe taxes.
Right.
They just had a late filing 1 year.
Right. And even if you are making payments, you can still be approved for U.S. citizenship so long as you are making those payments and you have a letter from the IRS, that's what is happening.
Yep. I agree with all of that.
So MLM Secrets says I need help for Canada immigration. I do know of an attorney who helps with, who is a Canadian immigration lawyer. We don't get this question a lot at MLM Secrets, so I can't really vouch for the attorney. I can pass that name on to you, but if you just send us a message through Messenger, I can share that information.
Yeah, when we're referring folks out to lawyers in other countries, or even other states for that matter, we do our best to work with people that are professionals and that we trust. But at the end of the day, I mean, once you go to them, that's, you're in their hands. We have no control over what they do or don't do. So I want to make sure we're clear on that.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, they're not like associates of ours in other countries. They're just lawyers that we know through professional groups.
So Dama, is it your turn?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Dama says, how do you get your interview date expedited if NVC approved and accepted all documents and are awaiting the embassy? So Dama, I mean, Dome, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, but I mean, you may want to reach out to Congressional and just as a starting point. I mean, I don't know what the basis for the expedite is. It really depends on the facts and the circumstances of the reason for getting it expedited. Not sure how long you've been in that situation. We mentioned earlier about filing a lawsuit in order to compel the government to take action on your case. So if that's something that you're interested, please reach out to us. Our information is down below, but you can start off by giving us a call at 757-464-9224. Again, we are definitely ready, willing, and able to help people who are serious about filing a lawsuit against the government because of delays in their cases. So
Absolutely.
If any of you are in that position where you're just pushed up against the wall and you can't take it anymore, you really shouldn't get to that position, but it happens.
It does happen. Yep.
Yeah. If you are, then feel free to reach out to us. We'd be happy to help and do that for you.
Yeah, and absolutely to analyze whether it's an appropriate course of action. And we're not saying that we may not think it's a good idea, but we at least would want to take a look at it.
Right.
Okay, so here Ivan says I'm a resident and I got a felony. I'm gonna try to add. I'm a resident and I got a felony, but the immigration judge did not deport me. Can I still extend my residency? So this sounds like a green card holder,
Yeah.
had some criminal trouble, was put in some sort of a proceeding because of it.
Yep.
However, went in front of an immigration judge and the immigration judge declined to deport them. And now they want to know, can I extend my residency?
Yeah. So number one, I would definitely ask your immigration attorney about this, right? That would be the very first person that I would go to with this question. But generally speaking, if an immigration judge does not find you removable, then generally speaking, you are still a lawful permanent resident of the United States if they did not take that away, and you are eligible to renew that. But again, you got to go to your lawyer and ask that question. But generally speaking, and we say things generally because we don't have all the facts of your case, and we can't delve deep into those facts and give you legal advice because number one, we're not your attorneys, and number two, it's a question on a social media platform without too much detail. So, all right, what else do we have?
All right, I'm trying to get back up here. Let's see.
Thanks, Leon. Leon says you are both so lovely. Appreciate the love.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey guys, and if you are not yet following us on social media, please go ahead and give us a follow so you don't miss any important updates. We do post immigration updates on our Facebook page, as well as do videos on TikTok regarding immigration updates. So please like and follow us and share if you think this will help other people out there with their immigration case, even if it's just to make them realize, hey, you really should consult with an immigration attorney, whether it's us. Of course, we would love it if it were us, but any immigration attorney that is reputable and that can help. All right, I think we have time for one more question.
Yeah, Jazzy J gave this person money for rent. I mean, everybody really needs to give it up for Jazzy J.
Wow, that's awesome.
Okay.
Paying it forward.
So the next question, I was trying to get back because, as we said, we always take these in the order they come in. I entered on an F1 visa, but I did not enroll in school. I'm now married to a U.S. citizen. Am I eligible for adjustment of status? Came on an F1, but never went to school.
What's the person's name?
Sir underscore.
Sir underscore. So, I mean, are you eligible for adjustment of status? If you, generally speaking, again, this is general advice and not advice, but general information. But if you enter with inspection into the United States and you then get married to a U.S. citizen, you are generally speaking eligible for adjustment of status, eligible to file because you entered with inspection and now you are in a relationship where a immigrant status is immediately available to you. Now, the question here really goes to, hey, I came in on an F1, I never went to school. Ask a couple of questions before that, and that is, why did you not go to school?
Mm-hmm.
What were you planning on doing? What were the circumstances in which you did not go to school? And if you made a misrepresentation, you can still file for adjustment of status, but we would potentially have to file a waiver. So hopefully that answers your question, possibly. Yeah. But bottom line, I'm going to just kind of beat the same drum, is come talk to us.
Yeah,
give us a
we
call.
have a lot of questions.
It's a case that we can certainly help with.
Why didn't you go to school? How soon did you get married after you came in?
Right, exactly. We'd be happy to consult with you on that and represent you on that, because it's the type of case that we handle super well, and you definitely need assistance with that legal help. All right. Are we at the noon hour? Oh, 1 o'clock hour.
We're 1 minute over 1 o'clock here. So we have a lot of unanswered questions, but the good news is that we will be back here next Friday at 12 o'clock. So bring your questions, get here right at 12. TikTok folks, get them in. Facebook folks, get them in. We just take them in the order, just like immigration. In processing your cases, we just take them in the order that we receive them. So if you get here early, that helps. Okay.
All right.
Everyone. It's
2 thumbs up. Thank you guys so much.
See you next week.
Really appreciate it.
Yep. Bring your questions. We got answers. We'll see you next week. All right.
Bye-bye. Bye, guys. Thanks for the love. Appreciate it.